Hello, hello, hello. My goodness. Today's definitely coffee needing day. Ah. Alright, we're gonna be doing some more hand painting on the shield we started the other day. Alright. Where do I want to start? I think when we finished off last time, I was working on this little knot here. And I kind of like the vibe, but I'm not sure that I love it. Wondering if maybe just the whole thing should be darker. Rename that to knot. Let's see. I feel like there should be at least one more notch somewhere in here. Maybe one up here. Somewhere in that direction. Let's see. I don't know, maybe somewhere around here. On this side, I have this kind of notch in a bit here. Maybe do the same for all of the spots that have a grain coming right up to the edge, like right here. Paint it in, smooth it out. Erase a little bit of it. Put it back a little bit. Looks funny. Why? Where's this area here? Gotta decide what we're gonna do on the back also. We want to add a handle. We want to make it look like there's leather strapped on the back. What's up, Lincoln? Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good day so far. Thank you. Oh, let's see. I've got a little bit of erasing to do. You can see up here, we've got blue that has bled over. So I wonder which layer that is exactly. Not that one. Probably shield dust. It's not shield dust either. There it is. Okay, so it's the ambient occlusion on the shield. I think I had done this as vertex groups last time, so I could save myself a lot of trouble, but just gonna make my eraser huge. Just gonna, whoopsies, what's going on? Why are you erasing that? That's interesting. Wonder why it's doing that. It's not letting me erase it, even though it's an image. Okay. Erase. On the image. Why is it doing that? Disable eraser, okay. It's adding more of it. Strange behavior. Strange behavior. Wonder, let's actually see what we lose by taking that off. There's a tiny bit of detail, but I think we can just get rid of it. It's really screwing up the saturation of my shadows there. Okay. Gotta figure out what we want to do with this knot. It needs to be cleaned up for one. Just in here. Clean up the lines a little bit. And clean up my edges. Smooth it out a little bit. What's up, Stylu? How you doing? Thank you both for coming to say hi again. I appreciate it. It's really nice to have people to hang out with when you're doing this kind of stuff. It's awesome. Alright, let's go to the edge damage. Pull in this color a little bit. Smooth it out. Dial that back a little bit. So yeah, just making more progress on the shield today, I think. If we get bored of the shield, I can always, I don't know, model a rock or something and try painting that. There's a couple of things I'd like to do. Just a rock, basic rock. Kind of like maybe a blunderbuss would be fun to try. But time being, might actually dial back the kind of black in between the boards. It's really, really dark. Where is it though? Wood? What layer is that? Grain. It's wood grain. Okay, we definitely want to dial that way back, I think. Whoops, that's the wrong layer. Wood grain, please. We set it to multiply. You really squint your eyes, IRL, because your avatar always squints. No? Yeah, I'm looking down. My tablet is below me. It's kind of hard when you only have one eye at one angle. It's kind of hard to tell. I gotta say, yeah, trying to get expression on a single eyeball was a challenge. It's fun though. It's a ridiculous look. Which is why I like it. Okay, so this is where we were at before, basically. I'm just gonna dial it in. Because it was looking very aggressively shadowy in between there. It's looking a bit better. But it's still, it's very opaque, so I wonder if I duplicate it. If I just straight up duplicate this layer. And then fiddle with it. And merge them down. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's just play around a little bit. Oh, that did not get the result we want. Oh, thanks, Euro Noodle. Hi. Thanks for coming by. Hey, BB Key. Hello. How's everybody doing? Love my tutorials. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm glad they're very helpful. That's kind of the idea. And it's really, really encouraging to hear that. So thank you very much. You might notice down in the bottom right, there's a little gravestone. It says RIP Nya. Because in my videos going forward, there will be very, very much fewer Nyas when I point things out. Some people love Nya, but a lot of people really hate it. Like a lot of people, so I think I'll make them more rare. It's probably for the best. And yeah, I did a stream Monday. I'm thinking I'm gonna stream every Monday and every Thursday at 10 a.m. My time. I know, Stylu, I agree. Like I said, some people absolutely love it. But I can still, like, Nya can still be around. But I think doing it every couple of seconds really turns some people off. And I legitimately want to make content that helps people learn, because I really believe in the power of Blender and Krita and stuff like that to enable people. And if there's something I'm doing that's turning people off, I probably shouldn't do it. Or at least not a whole bunch, so. F's in the chat. For Nya. But that's alright. Feedback is good. It just means I'll make my content better. And that's what I want. Alright, let's see. I need an honest opinion, chat. What's the thought on this knot here? I can't tell if it's the right vibe or not. Let's do an A-B. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on, and we'll take a missed but never forgotten. Agreed. I'm gonna save quickly so all of these little stars go away and we're all safe. So, okay, so I'm gonna A-B the knot. So here we're looking at this thing here and trying to decide if we like it in the overall feel or not. Because here's my concern. It's a lot more round than the rest. This is great, as I am some sort of art lover as well. As a small-time artist, I want to give some feedback. Would you like to hear? Yeah, of course. Constructive criticism is valuable, so please. Okay, here it is without the knot. Here it is with. I'm gonna zoom out. What do you think, chat? Should we leave the knot or take it out? Cannot decide. I have to make a decision at some point. I feel like maybe the problem is that it's just kind of... It does look like that's exactly what I said when I drew it. It looks like a stretched out avocado. But it seems a bit small for a stylized shield. I think you're right. Because the rules for stylized is less of them but bigger and simpler, right? Whatever there is, larger and darker. I wish that... Wait, can I transform this layer? I was gonna say, I wish there was a way I could transform it, but I actually might be able to. I don't think I can. Sorry, I can always paint another one. I think the problem is that there's only one of them also. I don't know if you're typing or if you just didn't hear me be, but yes, I'd love to hear your feedback. Just to be clear. I would very much appreciate it. I think having a knot is a good idea, but it seems a bit small for a stylized shield. I agree. So maybe for now... I'll just call it knot idea 1 and shut it off. Yeah, I think it was just too much. I also think I want to do something with this here. Yeah, I have a Discord. I'm not on Discord right now, actually. I try to not do that while I stream because there's some... Discord causes a weird audio glitch on my system, but I have it on my phone. The link, if you're not in already, the link is in... It should be in the video's description already. But, asked about how to move gradients. You should be able to do the same thing. Oh, that's right. Yes, you can move gradients because it's relying on position data, but this is actually a baked image. And I'm not entirely sure how to rotate it. I could probably actually do it in the nodes. You could probably just put a transform vector on it. Oh, in the Ucupaint Discord. I got you. That's alright. I can take a look at it. Alright, B. Full black and art is like, and the lines are looking harsh. I agree. Especially the ones in between these two, like in between all the boards. I'm kind of breaking the rules here, because yeah, full black and full white are not really ideal in art. They don't look very good. 100% agree. And yes, anytime anyone in chat has constructive criticism, please share it. Because I'm sure as artists you're familiar with just you get tunnel vision, it's hard to tell. So, you know, if you have ideas, I'd love to hear them. Yeah, I could probably transform the image using nodes. But I'd rather just repaint it, I think. So let's try and solve the wood grain problem. Because right now, honestly, this isn't even that bad. I could just darken this layer. The one separating them here. Is which one? Oh. See, this is why I should name my layers correctly. This is why you should do that. Wood? Is it just wood? Is it that layer? No. The heck? What layer are these on? There. Okay. So this is the one that's really the problem here. Because the lines are super thick and super heavy. So maybe what I'll do, just go in and I'll erase them. And then I'll use this layer just to kind of, maybe I won't erase them entirely, but I'll knock them back to get some color variation. Because we want those, we really, I mean, technically speaking, they should be warm. Or the shadow should be cool in here because the main part is warm. So if I were following color theory correctly, that's what I'd be doing. And I may yet actually adjust the shade color, but... Sure, yeah. I'll check it out. I'll check it out, Earl. That'd be good. Let me pop into the Ucupaint Discord here. Alright, I'm in there. Alright, let's see. That's looking better already, but I do need to go in and... kind of dial this in a little bit. I think it's a good opportunity to... kind of tighten this up. I'm going to turn on Stylized just a little. Jeez. I can blur this after. We'll try that. I'll try going in here and drawing, and then I'll blur it a little bit. And if I don't like it, I can always undo. It's no problem at all. No problem at all. Let's stabilizer off. Just a smear. It is working. I may need to redo this layer altogether. Right. I think we just erase it and start over. Fill in those kinds of details. It doesn't look bad like that. It just needs a little bit more around the middle bits here. Go back some. Probably help by we're not erasing. I'll take a look here. Based on UVs and stuff, I'm doing it on a mask, so I'm not sure if it's applicable in your situation. Yeah, I think you can... I agree. That was very good advice from BBKey. Thank you. It's based on UVs and a mask. Okay, so yeah, I think the issue is that I'm not using a mask for that, for the not at all. But I'm still thinking that I could go in and edit it with nodes, but I think probably what's a better idea is just to just repaint it. Kind of the benefit of having done it once is I know roughly what I'm doing and I can just improve it after that. That's why just doing stuff is so good, because like I'm a huge believer in the fact that the more mistakes you make, the faster you're going to learn. As long as you're consciously aware of, figuring out what your mistakes are. You're never gonna learn just by thinking about something. Do it. There's another reason why I'm excited to stream regularly, because that means I'll just have time to practice better my potato art skills. Alright. Let's see. Oh, 100%. That's exactly what you want to do. Just make it. Like, who cares? I said this in my last stream. It's gonna look like crap for 80% of what I'm doing. Like, it just will. The metal here looks like absolute garbage right now. I have got one highlight I'm happy with. The rest needs, like, you know what I mean? 80% of making anything is just having faith that it'll work out in the end. Having the patience to see it through. That's really it. This is a thing about artists, is I think we're perpetually shocked that stuff works out in the end. We're just like, wow, it actually did the thing. That's a bit wide, actually. Just the nature of the beast. We had, when I was doing my architecture degree, there was a poster we had up in our studio that said the, like, several stages of a project. And the first stage is you get really excited about it. And the second stage is like, oh, this is way harder than I thought. And the third stage is, I'm crap. Wait, no, the third stage is, this is crap. The fourth stage is, I'm crap. The fifth stage is, wait a second, it's coming together. And then the sixth stage is like, wow, I can't believe I did that. But that's just the nature of the process, I think. Just gonna dial this back a little bit. So let's check out on multiply and see what we get. It'll be very dark for a second, but I think that definitely reads better than just gigantic black lines. Exactly. Nature being an artist. Struggle bus. Alright. Let's actually go here. My vertex groups and select the wood. Hey Uchu, how's it going? I am currently in the process of fixing some rather heavy, large, ugly black lines in between my wood. This my beautiful chat has given me some constructive feedback, and they're absolutely 100% correct. That's what I'm doing. How are you? Okay, right now I am actually squinting. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to broaden this out a little bit. All of that. Fine. I'm not worried about making it messy right now, because like I said, always go and clean it up. Let's see, is it this layer? Nope. 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 Dang it! What layer did I put? Oh, I don't know if you can hear my cat screaming. Hi. You might hear him screaming in the background. That's Diablo. We call him Dibbers. Okay, bud, come here. Here now. Come on. You want to help me track down the layer I'm looking for? I have little to no experience in 2D painting, so I'm not sure if I can give feedback. I think you have an artist sensibility, which is enough feedback for me. It generally, you know, people who have practiced art have, they can tell what looks wrong, at the very least. Oh my goodness. Okay. Come on. Alright, I've got a boy on my lap. This might make for interesting working. He's smushing his face against the tip of my tablet pen. It's not helpful, bud. Not helpful. No. Contrary to what you might think, it's actually not very helpful, Diablo. What layer is this on? I'm losing my mind. Oh, I found it. Okay, there we go. Dibs. Come on. Here we go. Problem solved. Blend that. I agree. I 100% agree. 100% or a noodle. That's exactly right. If you ask an artist, they may be able to articulate what's wrong. But even asking someone who, oh my goodness, Dibbers. Even asking someone who has no training with art, if they can, it's exactly right. If they can spot something being wrong, it probably is. Okay, must you sit on my lap? Okay, okay. Apparently this boy must have snuggles right now. Must be done. Okay, let's take a look at this. Very crookedy line. I'm not sure I dislike it though. That is true. A cat is always helpful. Dibs is like... Excuse me, Dibs is my personal coach. He's here to cheer me on. And sit on my tablet. You mind? Can I move that? Okay, thanks. You can just hang out there. That's pretty good. I can still draw that way. Okay, if you hear bumping on the microphone, that is Dibs nuzzling it. Bring the opacity down. Yep, that's Dibs. Are you helping? Are you taking over the stream, Dibbers? Wow. Okay, let's make sure... Yeah, we're good here. Yeah, doing the base, kind of the... Oops, that's a bit dark. Doing the base painting for this is fairly quick, but man... Details are time-consuming. Hi, Nathan. Have you missed anything? I don't think so. Aside from the fact that I told chat to, if you have any constructive feedback, to let me know, because BBK already helped me take out the kind of giant ugly lines that were in there. Now I'm just going in and refining those edges. And I'm also being usurped by my cat, who is sitting on my tablet and smashing his face against the microphone. You're not actually helping, Dibs. I mean, you are, like Yuchu said, but also you're not. Dibs is my art director now, right? That looks horrendous right there. Come on. Okay, Diablo. Come on now. All hail our kitty overlords. Agreed. Hey, come here. Off the desk now. You can come on my lap, but not on the desk, okay? Okay? Is that agreeable? Apparently that is not agreeable. Let's see. Wish I could have a kitty. Found it recently. I'm allergic. Not too bad, but enough where I can't stand it. My sister's the same way. She loves cats, but she just absolutely dies when she's around them. I'm very lucky to not have that issue. Hey, I'm not allergic to you. I'm allergic to how annoying you are sometimes. That's about it. Hold on, I'm gonna move the microphone and see if you can hear his little motor running. Your motor running? Can you guys hear the purring? Is it coming through? I don't think it is, dang it. Oh well, it was a good try. It was a good try though, man. I'd love to give feedback as an artist, but I'm not too experienced with stylized art. I'm trying to learn that from you. I'm trying to learn it from other people. Okay, just come on. Over there. He's a good boy. I'm trying to learn it from other people. You know, I'm just... Oh, sorry for microphone noises. Yeah, I'm just studying. But I think, like Uranoodle said, any kind of feedback is usually helpful as long as it's constructive, right? If someone's just like, hey, this sucks, it's like, well, that's not very useful. Why does it suck? Telling me why makes a much bigger difference. But I definitely think that's looking better than just those gigantic black lines. And so it does, indeed. There's, I think probably what'll be easier for me, I think definitely streaming is going to help a tremendous amount with, getting practice in, obviously, because I'll be doing a couple hours of it a day. But, or a couple hours, a couple times a week. But, I think also just 2D painting, like trying to paint the textures strictly in a 2D software, whether it's Krita or Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, whichever. I think getting practice doing that would help a lot, because with stylized art, like, it should be... Here are the rules I know about stylized art. You're always concentrating on the relationship between big, medium, and small shapes. That's true of any art, not just stylized. In stylized art, it's more it's more exaggerated. Also, as a general rule, having fewer of something and making it bigger and simpler is kind of a good guideline. Like, say, for example, you have a chest, and the chest has a lot of, like, metal rivets on it, for example. If it were a realistic looking chest, then dropping, say, the 20-some rivets on that chest to, like, 5 and making them bigger will help you a lot when trying to stylize something. And then rich saturation of color is another thing. That's why these are so saturated. But I don't know, like I said, I'm still learning. I don't feel like I'm particularly good at it quite yet, so. But that's why I'm streaming, because it guarantees that I get some practice. I can learn from other people. I can maybe teach some other people, so. That's all good. Alright, let's see what this layer is. There it is. Thank you, you two, for reminding me that I can do that. I'm just gonna knock this back some, because it's too bright. Having a little bit of it there is fine, just for some visual interest, but aside from that. Levels of stylizations. Yeah, 100%. I think it's kind of like if you have a knob, one side of the knob is realistic and the other one being fully hyper stylized. Then as you turn the knob from realistic to more stylized, you're simplifying, reducing the number of things and making them bigger. And I think that's kind of just the way the function works. Oh, Deborah's being a good boy now. Just laying down. All right. Let's finish up these two kind of passes here, and then try and decide about the knots. I think that's the play. Let's go back to wood grain. I'm gonna name this Veteran, so that I can keep track of what I'm doing. Let's also go here. Select my vertex group. I don't paint on anything I don't want to. Just gonna very lightly go in here. Checking it, make sure I'm happy. I think having a little bit of a bigger gap there's fine. In the future, though, YouTube, I'll probably have some questions for you about stylized NPR. Or stylized PBR. Stylized PBR. Because, I haven't tried to do that yet with Ucupaint. I've done it lots in Substance. When I used to make maps for D&D, but... reminding myself, bigger is fine. Bigger and simpler and fewer details, bigger, simpler. I haven't even booted up Unreal in months, so probably when I'm done with this shield, I'll do that. Toss it in there and see what it looks like. Let's see. Dial that in a little bit. Too light. Do I have anything specific in mind for this asset? No, nothing specific. Just practice, really. That's all it is. Yeah. Oh. That's a bit dark, actually, so let's back down a bit. Alright, now I think what we need, that's looking much better because it's just a saturated color instead of black. I think I'm actually gonna dial it down a smidge also, just a smidge. But then I'll go in, I'm gonna create a new layer and go over top, and I'm gonna add a little more bevel to the edges of this wood. Because right now it looks like it's actually quite sharp, right? It looks like this is freshly cut lumber. if it doesn't have any light catching on the very edges or any shadow. So what I'll do, I'll create a new layer. Call it wood bevel. That's not how you spell wood. Wad bevel. There you go. I'm gonna pick this color. Put it on multiply before I do anything. Bring my brush size down. Opacity all the way up and stroke to line. Gonna draw this in. See what I get. Toggle my eraser. Good heavens. Okay. I'm just using line right now because fast. See along the whole thing. Something like that is what I'm thinking. But I'll actually go in and not draw it because doing it the other way would not be very good. I want to... I'm going to shut off my brush opacity, my pen opacity here. Pressure opacity, I should say. Because I want it to be consistent. Same on this side. I will just use, I'm just going to go in with an eraser after this, tidy up the edges, so I'm not really concerned about it being messy right now. Actually, with this bevel, you could probably bring this down even more, because it'll sell the cracks in between. Let's just see what we get when we bevel all of it. Some cleanup to do right there. It's not looking very good. And I'll just go in afterwards and tidy it up with the eraser. Sure we're getting full coverage here. It's looking better. That's looking better. Maybe fiddle around with the thickness of it as well, just to give the wood some more visual interest here. And dial back this layer also. It's looking a bit dark. But we'll see. We'll see what it needs. Go around with the shape a bit. Do I know how long I'll be streaming for? You may need to do something, but you'd come back. Well, I will at least be streaming for 2 hours. My goal is to stream for 3. And depending if my energy levels are up and there are still people hanging out, I may stream for 4. So, depends how long you have to go and do something for. But I'll be here for at least another couple hours. It would be great to have you back. I should be here. Very likely it will still be here. True. Yeah. You'll be very welcome when you return. I'm glad it's chill. That's kind of the vibe I was hoping to establish. Kind of hanging out and trying to improve, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's see. Oopsies. I'll go and erase that after. Exactly. 100%. When I was in university, we called it body doubling. It's like just having someone there to bounce ideas off of, or even just to keep you like interested. I think one of the strongest things for like improvement with art is just even having community, like of any kind, having anybody you can bounce ideas off of. Because doing it in a vacuum is so hard. It's so hard. Oh, I'm so thankful for Multiply as a blend mode. The best. The small things, chat. The small things in life. Multiply. Alright, this needs to go. Or at least be significantly dialed back. All right, Nathan. We'll see you in a bit. We shall see you in a bit. Yeah, it is 100%. Let's sharpen these up. I can blur them again after, but whoopsies. Oh, me too. I 100% owe Ucupaint. Just would be so much more of a pain to do this. And like I've said before, like it's fine to texture paint on a single layer. It's really good practice. Like if you're wanting to learn digital painting, layers are good, but it's also really good to just paint on a single layer, because then you need to learn how edges work and how like value contrast works, atmospheric perspective, all of that stuff, because you're forced to do it on a single layer and see the different color value relationships. But having layers, just like you're trying to do something, really helps. Smooth that out. A bit of color data is fine there, but I don't really want this smudge. Also, I think that this one... Oh, not that one. Just go here. There's some lightness over that. Sure what it is. Oh, I think it might actually be the actions. Okay, good night, BB Key. Thanks for coming by. Your English is very good. I definitely will be streaming more. Thank you very much. What's up, Ray Fox? How's it going? Good night, BB Key. Alright, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to fix this. Maybe I just smudge it. Or I smear it. Am I even on the right layer? What's going on here? What have I done to myself? Why do I do this? More descriptive names. I need more descriptive names. Okay. What layer is that then? Found it. Okay. I want to smear it out here a little bit. Fine. How you doing, Ray? Let's try this down. Whoa, where am I? There we go. The naming struggle is true. Good to see the process of using the plugin live. Yeah, this plugin's the best. Just is. Back to wood bevel. Dial it in here. It was edge damage. I'm gonna smear that. There we go. That's better. Why don't you check your layers using preview mode? I did. I did several times. I kind of do sometimes and don't other times. But just okay, so to clarify what Uchu's talking about here is I can hit preview mode. I can just do it on layer, it's fine. And then when I go through, I can see exactly what's on my layer, right? And if I do a specific mask override, I can see it with a black background, so it makes it really, really easy to see what's going on. Which I should be doing every time, because it would really make my life a lot easier. But do you think I'm good at doing things that make my life easier? No, I'm not. I'm a monolith. I was socialized by rocks. All right, let's see. All right, let me turn the mask off and take a look at it. It's definitely looking more wood-like and less like brutally divided by the black lines. Ooh, excuse me. Goodness. Coffee is being evil this morning. Now I use the transform tool in CSP, but Blender doesn't have that. I know, it's very sad. I am a Clip Studio Paint stan. I love Clip Studio Paint, even though it's a paid program. I do love open source, but sometimes, you know, certain tools are just really useful. But Clip Studio Paint doesn't work with Quick Edit in Blender because of the way it bakes down its alphas. You get white borders and it's absolutely atrocious. It makes me very sad. My drawing skills are solid. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. I haven't been able to practice nearly as much as I would like, which is another reason why I'm streaming, because I just really want to practice, and plus it's good to engage with people. Okay, so this was the shaded medium shapes. I'm actually going to create a layer on top of that, specifically to highlight just that little bit. Red, cool. Edge bevel, medium shapes. Okay. The lasso tool. I'm tempted to learn Python just to see if I can add a lasso tool in Blender. Python is on my list of things to learn for sure. Specifically because, well, I mean, it would be useful anyway, but the ability to kind of modify Blender to my own will would be incredible. And yes, 100% the lasso tool is literally the only thing I'm missing. You can, in Blender, you can use stencil masks, right? Like you can use this mask thing, but it's like you need to load an image to do it and then move it around. It's really, really clunky and horrible. So, what the heck is happening here? So I just tend to use Photoshop because I need to have Photoshop anyway for my graphic design work, which is what I do for a living, so might as well use it. But man, a lasso tool would be really good in Blender. So according to the like projections for what Blender's planning to develop this year, in the last or second half of 2024, hopefully they're going to start their own layered texturing thing, which I don't anticipate being anywhere near as good as Ucupaint for a very long time. But possibly one of the things they'll do in that is a lasso selection. I picked up Affinity. I have not picked up Affinity. Which Affinity? Doesn't Affinity have like a... Isn't Affinity like the parent and then there's a bunch of smaller programs? Or am I confused? Alright, so this actually, I just want... Oh goodness. Goodness. Good heavens. Come on. Multiply. Down. There we go. Much smaller. Up. Tidy that up a bit. See if that's even necessary in there. Probably not, honestly. Or maybe just the tiniest little bit. Affinity Photo. No, I have not actually. I don't think I've ever tried Affinity Photo. But I wouldn't be opposed to trying it, that's for sure. What is this? What are you doing there? What is this now? What is happening here? What layer is that? What is happening? Which... One of these layers is the culprit, and I will find it. I will find you. Found you. Right. Actually, let's go here. Let's just select our metal. That way I don't touch the wood. I'm gonna blur this out. I don't want a white, bright highlight under there. It's not very convincing. Alrighty. Okay, I think it's time. I really need to look at some reference. Okay, I want the inside metal select. Because I think fire units. racing. Of course I am. There we go. Non-metallic metal is never my strong suit. But that's why we practice. I'm gonna be bad at it for a while so that eventually I can be good at it. That's the plan. Sounds ridiculous, I know, but it's also true. It's just how it works. Okay, I'm gonna assign this as a vertex group so that I can select it easily in the future. I'm gonna create a new vertex group, call it front metal. Assign, there we go. Now, I remember my non-metallic metal painting lessons from mini painting. I want to paint that's true. That is true. I could do that. I actually want to be able to see these. Basically, if I remember the non-metallic metal correctly, when I have a plane change, I want to shift front metal bend. I need to shift the highlights off of where they are. So like right now, the brightest highlights right here, and right here, right here, right here. Excuse me. So I'm going to move them over a little bit and see how that looks. If it doesn't look right, that's fine. That's totally fine. Point is to try it out and see what we get. Just going to do that. It's here. Excuse me. Coffee stuck in my gob. How is it exactly that a giant monolith drinks coffee? I tell you all my secrets. Can't tell you all my secrets, that'd be bad. So here, hello? Question mark? You have a question? Okay, is this going anywhere near the right direction or not? Let's see. No. Ah, that's all right. Brightest down here. Looks marginally better. Oh, did I miss the first? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I missed the first question. Can you explain why we need to UV unwrap our 3D model? I can try. Let me try. This could be funny. I'll do my best. I'm gonna open up Photoshop here. Sorry, Sudhir, I totally missed that question. Yes, I will definitely try. Let me open up a new Photoshop file here. In fact, let me do this here. I'm just gonna save this in Blender. And we'll start a new file. And I'm gonna add a cube because this is the easiest way to explain it. So, Sudhir, have you ever made like an origami cube out of paper? Because that's kind of the simplest way to explain it. So I'll show you what I mean. I will open up another window here. Nope. Nope. Oh, good grief. Here we go. Alright. Because we need to know where the main vertices are. That is true. But I think the question goes to the heart of what UVs are and why we need to know where the main vertices are. So, if you've ever made a cube out of paper, you'll know that this, what we see on the left here, is exactly what you need to cut out of a piece of paper in order to fold it into a cube, right? So if I fold all of these corners up, we'll get that's the wrong one. So we have, I don't know if this helps or not, but the ones I have selected you can see on the UVs here, and that makes the bottom of a box. In fact, let me which direction do I need to rotate this on? R, Y, minus 90. Nope. Rotate Y 90. But it's going the right way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So you can see that I have 4 sides selected and it makes most of the box. And then when I select this top one, that's what's going to close the box, just like we're folding paper. And we need to unwrap our UVs because if let's say this cross shape over here is a piece of paper, right? And I draw something on that piece of paper. When I fold it up on the cube, when I fold it up into a cube, what I drew here is going to show up on the cube somewhere. So unwrapping UVs is a way for Blender or any other 3D program basically to be able to recognize where you drew something or painted something, basically recognizes pixel data on a 2D surface so that it knows how to map it in 3D. I don't feel like that was a very simple or good explanation, so I'm sorry for that, but let me know if that helps. Basically, UVs tell Blender where to put pixel information. I have no idea if that helps or not, but I'll try to think of a better kind of explanation for a future video. Oh, Blender's angry. I think. Close it down. Start it. Hey, cool guy. What's up? It's kind of like making a sewing pattern. 100%. Very much so. Yeah, Blender was angry. It had a nice little crash. But I don't know. Did that help, Sudhir? Do my best. It's like they're okay, good. I'm really happy that helped. They were like trying to think of an easy way to explain masks is difficult, and an easy way to explain UVs is difficult. Those two in particular are like, I remember those being pretty big hurdles for me when I first got into 3D. When I finally figured out that UVs were just another coordinate system, I was like, oh. All right, let's see. I want this not gone. I think we had decided. Pretty sure we had decided that. Well, let's see. Or at least to turn it off for the time being. So let's just do that. Okay, so this non-metallic metal thing here, the trick of kind of transferring it, sliding it down a little bit, just like you would on a Mini, is working a little. But as you can see, there's a very clear delineation between them, so I will probably edit that. Well, here, let's just try it. Because it's all on the same layer, I'm going to smudge it and see what I get. If I don't like the result, that's fine. But I actually don't hate that result. I don't hate it at all. Smooth it out a bit. I can always go in and refine it too, right? No worries. That's looking better. It does need to be smudged kind of vertically, though. It should follow bands, I think. That. Like that. And I can go in and dial it in a bit. Okay, awesome. That's great. I'm very happy that was helpful. Actually, that's a good question. What is, like, when you were learning 3D or even 2D or whatever, what was the biggest kind of hurdle you guys encountered? I wonder if it's the same for everybody or if it's different for everybody. Probably a mix of both. But I'd love to know, like, that would be super helpful for me, because then I might be able to explain it in a way that's helpful in the future. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. Hold on, we can watch Kirby drive up and down the street here. There we go. Be right back. Okie dokie. Back, but not for long. That was fast. Rigging. Oh yeah, rigging is... I just actually figured out how to rig... Well, I didn't figure it out. I'm in the process of learning how to rig 2D, like, grease pencil objects. Goodness gracious, the learning curve on that is awful. Had a blackout. Like, do you mean your power went out or your body went out? Neither of those sound great. Had a couple of mental breakthroughs for modeling and UVing, and only recently has rigging gotten better. Same. 100% the same. For me, the quads and tris and wide retopo is so hard. And then there was the IOR, but I was lucky to study that in physics before. IOR is index of refraction, right? That's how light bounces off of surfaces and is refracted, broken up, I believe. Are you all good, Nathan? Okay, good. Well, I'd rather the power went out than your body. Good heavens. Let's see. Mental breakthroughs, modeling, rigging. Oh yeah, so quads and tris. I'm not one of those people that finds retopo relaxing. I've done it a couple times, and I bought some plugins for it. Like, I have Retopo Flow and stuff like that. But I haven't really needed to produce a haven't really needed to produce something at a AAA level. Like, in fact, I'm probably not even at an A level ever. I used to make animated maps, like animated isometric and top-down maps for Dungeons & Dragons, like on virtual tabletops. And making assets for that, it really didn't matter because, like, I would animate them, but they wouldn't have to bend. There were no joints and stuff like that. It was always environmental art, so... Yeah, Retopo's not fun at all. Some people love it, though. They'll just throw on music and let their brain get smooth. But, I actually do a lot of, I don't do it now, but I did do a lot of realistic renders because of architectural visualization. Like I said, I did an architecture degree, so my love of 3D made me very, very good at rendering my projects in 3D. I love Retopo unless it's fingers. Have I tried it in Maya? It's pretty fun there, satisfying too. Yeah, I have some experience with Maya. The Retopo tools in there are basically have been replicated, I think, with Retopo Flow or whatever the heck the add-on is. There's also there was one by a dude named Cedric Lepillier, I think. I can't remember. He made Speed Sculpt that allows you to use like grease pencils strokes to make your Retopo and does it for you. It's pretty great. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. It can feel like a waste of time. I think that doing it really well once and then animating something and it just being easy to animate after that fact would be really nice. Because if your topology is jank, you're never going to be able to animate it nicely. Not a fan of Retopo Flow. I bought it and it doesn't help with my workflow. I think it was just, for me, it was just the learning curve is a little steep. I can't remember if it was buggy or not, but it definitely was better than just like doing it with Blender's basic tools. Alright, I'm gonna move on to this next little bit here. So bright, so I think I'm gonna put a bright highlight there. Do that. Am I erasing? I'm not drawing, that's for sure. There we go. Nice bright spot here. Yeah, I haven't done Retopo in a long time. Say Mudbox has a good Retopo flow. They do. I also would like to I'd like to dig into 3D Coat, but given like there's no real need right now, because I mean I have Blender and Ucupaint, so I think it'd be fun to explore that program though, because it's pretty much industry standard for texture painting. Wow. Strong. 3D Coat's pretty nice. I was using it before switching to Ucupaint. Yeah, I definitely would like to dig into it some. I don't think it's like, for that kind of software, I think the license is pretty good. I have no idea if it's good for Retopo. I cannot answer that question. I know you can sculpt in it though. I think we all look forward to the day when AI takes over UVs and Retopo. Yes. I'm sure there are some that don't. But, I mean, if you can automate tedious tasks, that's good. Breathe. I'm not sure if that was like a re, or like a regarding re. Or like a knee-jerk reaction to the mention of AI, re? It's the first re I've had in my chat, though. Alright. What is going on? Why are you doing this? Oh dear. Oh no, that's not good. Not good. Oh, no. The mask just isn't working with the smear. That's a weird kind of problem that Blender has. You can actually pull information from the very, very edge pixels of a mask. It's frustrating. Alright. That probably looks like hot garbage, but you know, that's how it goes. A little bit. Smear. Maybe smooth it first. Yeah, I may not need to smear it at all if I just smooth it a little. This needs to be a lot darker right here. If they can retopo, you can do everything. I think everyone's going to be useless. That's sad. So here's the thing. Here's my stance on this, chat. And I've explained this before, but I'm happy to explain it again. I don't know if any of you have ever studied art history, but as part of my degree, we had to study art history. And one of the things that happens is for every movement, literally every movement, it doesn't matter which one, there is always a counter movement. It's just how it goes. There's no avoiding it. It's guaranteed to happen. So right now we're in the AI wave, right? A lot of people losing their jobs. A lot of processes are being automated. It's not very good for individuals. But inevitably, I don't know when. There's no way to predict when. But there will 100% be a resurgence of interest in human-made art. It's just the way it is. You can look through art history at every single wave that ever happened, no matter what it was, and there's always a backlash. So does it suck for us right now? Yeah, kind of, at least in terms of making money. But it doesn't change, you know, doesn't change what art is for you as an individual. And there's absolute certainty that at some point in the future, people are going to be like, man, AI art sucks. This is dumb. Like, I want something that was made with human input. And that's like, I can actually, yeah, I mean, I can safely say that that's what I remember the most from art history. That everything has a backlash. Nothing's permanent. In fact, it's normal for the backlash to be the exact antithesis to whatever was popular. Like, for example, modernism in architecture was huge forever. And then people just got sick of it, and they're like, this is so bland and boring. I want ornamentation. I want, like, fancy little doilies and stuff. Might start labeling as human or AI. Yeah, well, lots of platforms already have. In fact, like Adobe has a tag if you use generative AI as part of an image, it tags it. So there's a paper trail basically. Also, there's I can't remember what school it was. There's a university out there that's doing can't remember if it was Chicago or Michigan or something like that, somewhere in the States. There's a college that's working on the Glaze project, which is a way to basically, it's, how do I explain it? The Glaze project is like a way to protect your art from being used to train AIs. So you basically run your piece of art through this glazing software, and it'll poison it essentially against AIs. It's called Nightshade. and it's free and open source. It's just a way for people to be like, hey, I don't want AI, like I don't want to train your AI with my work. So they basically, it's a way to protect against that, which I think is pretty great. I'm not sure actually. You definitely can opt out of training AI, insofar as there's a button to do so. I don't know that that actually means you can. They may still train AI even though you click that button. There's been plenty of people like had that issue. Like I remember Loish, one of the biggest artists in the world, was like, "Hey, Adobe, can you explain to me why my art's being used to train your AI?" And that got some attention. But yeah. So like one of the things we can look forward to is projects like the Glaze project, which will protect your artwork, at least for the time being. But it's like a watermark that prevents AI from being able to say. Did I see Luma AI? I did not. I don't know what that is. Let's see how this looks here. Okay, I think it's better without the knot. In fact, I think that's probably about as much detail as we want in the wood. And I may knock that notch back a bit or darken it. But I'm just gonna move it over here so I can look at only half of the metal. It's actually not looking terrible. Not looking great yet, but we're on the right track, I think, chat. I think. Not 100% sure about that, but definitely looking better than it was. I add this to my quick favorites. I have it on there already, I don't. I did not see Luma AI, nope. Is it like supposed to be mid-journey competitor, or what's it for? Luma Labs, it's a site where you can literally generate 3D models. Woof! That's crazy. That is crazy. Right there. I think probably more here. Bring it down a little bit. Dial it in after. It's not a huge deal. My battery's about to die. No, so I may need to leave again. No power, no charging, but I'll be sure to show up for the next live stream. I'll see you then, Molten, or maybe on Discord. We'll see. For sure. I'm on Discord fairly frequently, so. And I will be live streaming next Monday. It's going to be every Monday and Thursday, I think. It's usually when I can spare the time, so. But I will definitely see you then, Nathan. Thanks for coming by and hanging out and chatting and stuff. It's not even that bad. It's actually good for indie devs who just want some assets. Yeah. I definitely think that... Look, I definitely think AI has a place. I do. There's an inevitable kind of trend towards automation. In every sector. It's just, that's literally like, it's almost like human technology has been going in that direction specifically for that forever. But that's for like completely replacing artists. I don't care how good it is. You shouldn't do that. And here's the reason why. In my opinion, you shouldn't replace artists entirely with AI because AI doesn't know what it's doing. It's not aware of, like, the impact of its art, if that makes any sense. I mean, it knows that it's creating pixels in a certain region according to what you have suggested it should do, but beyond that, it has absolutely no awareness, right? It has a place in that, like, what's a good example? Okay, let's say you want to cook dinner, okay? You need to use a pot to boil something in. Okay? A machine made that pot. You didn't make it. Right? So, the pot is a tool. It's been made by a machine. It just depends how far back down the chain you want to go. Like I said, it has a place. Feels like a misnomer because it doesn't actually feel like intelligence. It's def artificial. Yeah. I think it's like, you could say it's, I don't really know what a correct name for it is. Because it's not really, it's not general AI. It's like task-oriented automation. But who knows, man? I don't have the answers. I don't have any answers, unfortunately. But I do think that it has its uses. I just don't think it should be replacing artists. Go in and blur this out a little bit. That's metal, it should be sharp, but not that sharp. That's like, makes it look really funky. But yeah, just like in physics, with art, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's just, if history has proven anything, art history has proven anything to me at all, it's that. Nothing is forever. Yeah, well, then the question is like, that's a bigger kind of much broader question, right? Is what does everybody do when AI takes over all of the jobs? Because who's gonna have money then? Like, at a certain point, doesn't it become problematic to not have any employees? Because then who's gonna have money to buy stuff? You know what I mean? Like, where's the economy go in that case? And this is just me, just for absolute clarity, for the sake of the internet here, I am not qualified to answer these questions. You're just speaking in pure hypotheticals here. But it would seem to me that if nobody has a job, nobody's gonna be buying the things that AI is making. You know what I'm saying? Just go to NFTs. Bro. There was a really good meme I saw, I think, on Twitter. And someone, it was like, someone got a random Discord message and it was like, "Hi, what's up?" And the other person was like, "All right, what's the scam? Give me your elevator pitch." I was like, "Yup, true, been there." Some random approaches you on Discord and you have no idea how they got your information. Just ask them, "What's the scam?" Save me the trouble. I wonder. I wonder about that. Oh, my smooth brush is much too large. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that will literally just... Ugh. There's a lot of scuzzy people out there, chat. It's pretty sad, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Scuzzy. What can you do? That's the whirl. It's just the way the whirl is. Oopsies. What even am I doing right now? This. Darker up here, I think. Like that. Okay, I think this part needs to be moved up also, closer to that. Maybe not in the exact same spot, but definitely closer. Just quickly. Oopsies. Bonk. It's a bit better. I think I'm just gonna blend this all together now, maybe? Just go here, select the metal. And bring my brush down and just soften it all out. Probably leave some spots a little raggedy, or maybe detail them a little bit, but doing for time. 11:46, almost 2 hours. Could keep going for a while yet. I don't want to get this metal to a place where I'm happy with it before I hop off today. Do people ask you for commissions, or it never happened? I don't offer commissions right now. People might, if I were open to them. I mean, well, it really depends. If you're talking about for 3D art, then no, not really. I haven't been commissioned, like for my graphic design business. I own a business doing graphic design. I'm a freelancer. So in as much as that, yes, technically my work is commission based. But for 3D, the answer is no. The answer is no, because I don't offer commissions right now. Not taking any. I'd consider it. Once I'm kind of more confident in my ability to deliver quality consistently. Without it taking a million years. Kind of have a lot on my plate right now in terms of projects. But definitely in the future, it's something I'd consider doing. Taking commissions. Yeah, maybe I should just put together a document, commission fee schedule. Like I might have a right now I might have an animation project coming soon. And animation, you make a lot of money doing animation, but it is difficult and time consuming. So that might take up quite a bit of my time for the next little bit. But kind of committed to spending at least a couple hours streaming every Monday and Thursday. I still want to get a video out every couple weeks. It may be 2 or 3 weeks between them, but I still want to get some done. Come on here. I don't like that color. I am. The YouTube has been going very well, surprisingly well, actually. Much better than I anticipated, that's for sure. Still really, really streaky. I need to smudge this a little bit. Just a bit. Smudge it into itself some. I've reached the point where my brain has stopped working, chat. I think I might need to average it over a larger scale, which is going to slow it down. In order to get it nice and smooth. Yeah, that's doing it. Needed to be a much larger brush. Average a bigger kind of subset of data. Yeah, that's probably a good idea actually. Maybe make a trip to the washroom. Let's give these a quick little here. Smooth them out a bit. If I'm not happy with it, I can always go back and edit it later. No worries at all. I am literally just tapping it right now. I don't really, because the brush is so big, it's going to be averaging so many pixels. I don't want to drag it so slow. I actually think that looks worse without the banding. Believe it or not, I think it looked better with it. Actually looks better like that. Alright. Gonna save. I'm gonna put you on the Kirby screen. I will be right back, chat. I'll be right back. Back, chat. Oh, goodness. You know, if I could have one cybernetic augmentation, it would be an automatic waste removal system. Just an incinerator. So I never had to go to the washroom again. I know it's important, but it feels like a waste of time. Alright. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I think I'm gonna try something here. It might not be good, but I'm gonna try it anyway, which is to... There's kind of this fake ambient occlusion here. And shadow. There's more than one of them. Let's see. There's one of them. Rename it so that I can tell what I'm doing. The wood effect is looking real good. Thank you, Spitfire. Oh! I see an Akuzuru. Hello. TMI? Is it though? That's certainly not the most personal thing I've ever told you. But that's fair. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming by. Okay, which one of you? Aha! Nope, it's not that. Is it that? Ooh, maybe it's that one. Okay, well here's the thing. It's already cool. It's already a cool color. So, I anticipated myself and did myself a favor. I did a good thing, chat. Thanks, past me. Okay. I think I want to fix this, though. It's either too much or too little right here. So, perhaps what I'll do, go to the wood bevel layer. Here, wood bevel. Oh, that's true. You don't usually listen. And that is the genetic augmentation I would like. Just to get rid of my need to use the washroom ever, please. Thank you. Be really good. This is not drying, is it? Oh, it is. Yes. Get out some. I'll need to highlight the top. Alright, Oodle Noodle, thanks for hanging out. Thank you very much. Right. I want more limbs, except I also want the ability to lay on them without them going numb. What if they were like, I wonder if you could devise a system of limbs that you could like sleep on. They would, like, you'd never need a bed, and they wouldn't go numb. I don't know how you'd engineer that though, because I mean, I have legs and I can't sleep on those. I guess I could. Probably wouldn't be very good though. Let's go in here. Heck. Okay, I still think that's too much. Maybe we just need to dial it back somewhere. I just need to make this smaller. I think the problem is there's just such a tight concentration of detail around here. I'm not the hugest fan of. Let's move it down some. Not convinced. I'm not convinced, chat. Not convinced. Yeah, limbs that you could like. Just like they're like, why do you have 4 extra limbs? You'd be like, these are my bed limbs. What do you mean? You telling me you don't have bed limbs? What planet are you from? Goodness gracious. Okay. I think we need to darken the spots that are not dark. Let's grab this front metal, select. Probably help if I was painting, probably help if I had some opacity. I'm also on wood bevel, which is no good. No bueno. An MM, please. Thank you. Nice and dark spots. Shit. Probably towards the top here, maybe? A little more? Or on the inside, I think it should be darker here and here. Go over that. Excuse me, blast it a little bit. Still looks very wrong. Front metal. Maybe blur it out like that some. Times like this, I wish I had spent more time practicing non-metallic metal on miniatures. I wonder if this highlight should go down there instead of there. Or maybe more towards the middle. Try that. Okay. Why are you not lightening up? Probably would be good to go in and a little bit more light, a little bit more contrast. Perhaps here should be a little bit lighter also. Maybe. Just make sure we are only selecting the metal. Just tiniest little taps, love taps. Give it some love taps. That's all. Okay. Now the question is, should I or should I not attempt paint a reflective bit in here, or just leave it as is? Pretend for a moment. Pretend for a moment that we're looking at this in engine. Probably going to be like what? You're probably not going to see it from this range. If I had to guess. Probably from something like this. Maybe even from further away. The contrast is really high right now. Here it is without any. Here it is with full. Kind of dial it in and see what we want. Play with the blend modes too. Screen's gonna lighten everything. Screen's the exact opposite of multiply. Overlay. I don't know. Very dark though. Go to overlay. Use lighten. Interesting. Overlay is not terrible as an option here. Value is not terrible as an option either, actually. I'm just not convinced that 100% opacity is the right play here. Maybe it is. I think that's looking okay. It might be wise to do some edge highlights. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go here and add a new image. I'm gonna make this one 2K. I want to make sure I have nice crisp resolution on my lines. Bring my brush size down. To pick my color, bring it nice and light. In fact, I may bring the saturation down. Put a line. I'm just gonna test it out. Okay, let's bring the opacity down. Put it on screen. I want a brighter result. Yeah, it's not terrible. And I constantly want to reference it from like a little further away. Because like I said, you're almost never gonna... If it's in a game, you're almost never gonna see it from this close. Maybe if it was in like a menu where you do the, you know, inspect thing, you would see it from this close, but otherwise you never would. Just want to make sure I'm following the geometry. In fact, let's turn this on in asymmetry. Give myself a little bit of time. Smooth it out. Often should not be online. It's not. Actually a bit strong though. And it's not locked to this layer. Go to vertex groups. We're going to select the metal. Make sure it's masked off. Let's see. I'm on the smooth brush. Want to see what it looks like from a little further away. That's starting to do it. The edge highlights, it's starting to bring that non-metallic metal together. Told you, chat, 80% of the time it just looks like absolute garbo. With enough perseverance and a little bit of time and patience, you can get there. Slowly but surely you'll get there. More? I think we might need to fix this here though. All right, let's put it there. Take a moment to look at it and have a think. What do you think, chat? I would love your feedback, input, opinions, thoughts, suggestions. Oh, my back just cracked. It felt very good. My anterior crystal matrix realigned. I mean... Brighter highlights, I would reckon. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Let's go here. Bring them up. Do you mean edge highlights? Got any good ref of NMM? I have some. If we want them actually brighter, I'll just put it back to mix. I think that's a bit too strong. Put it back on value. And if I'm not satisfied with the screen, I'll just duplicate the layer. I'll brighten it up quite a bit. Let's see. And maybe that's just what it needs. I can also use layer adjustments if I want to. Let's go to shield layer 10. I'll go eraser. Not be online. That also. The shape isn't quite the same, but this is some juicy NMM. Let's see. Yeah, I see it. Thank you. Yeah, so this is exactly what I was trying to replicate. So the image you sent me, you see how they like the light and dark spots are alternating on the different planes? That's what I was trying to do. There's definitely more contrast in that one. So maybe I'll just try and push the contrast some. Thank you for sending that. I'm gonna go here. I'm going to blur out this layer a little bit more. Just the second layer. I'm gonna broaden out the highlight a little bit, but that I think is okay. You're looking at it from here, right? Thanks. I think it might need, though, it might need, we'll just do NMM high, and then we can, so I'll paint over it with like a very, very bright white. Just need those real bright shiny bits to make it look more like metal reflecting light. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do on this layer. Is I will, make sure I have just the metal selected. There we go. Some metal. Mask on. Put this at about 60% opacity. Just gonna grab like, let's go down here. Tiny bit of saturation, like it's almost white. Save so that my layers don't get lost. Let's actually select the outside metal specifically. There we go. Much less. Also, I do not want X symmetry on here. There we go. Punch it right all the way up. some spots, and then we can dial it in from there. Grab the inside metal now. I can also darken up just certain parts of this to match the top there, and I think that'll also help sell it. Let's grab the inside. This is on mix, so I can actually do my shadow here as well. Bring this down some. Darker. Almost no pressure though. How that looks when we're done. Oh yeah. I can smooth these out now a little. Let's just make sure I only have the metal selected. My soften brush. That's looking better. I want to smear these out more a little, or dial them back some. I think I'm just going to smear them because I'm going to erase a little bit of them. But only a tiny little bit. Knock that pure white back. It's not pure white, but you know what I mean. I want to bring it down a smidge. Very strong right now. Looks a little cold. Because I can go over it actually. I can warm it up with a little bit of the wood color. First I'm gonna smear it some, I think. Let me check that reference again because I think there's like a Vince Venturella usually said to do it in like a roughly triangular pattern. Sort of. It's just a much smoother blend. Like right here. It's almost like a roundness to the way the edges of the NMM work. But that's okay for now. I'm gonna dial it in later. Here it is before. This is with it cranked. Let's see. Alright, let's give this a... what do we got here? New image. That'll warm. Going to select that color, warmest color. Okay. Going to lock it to the metal. Go way down. Turn it all the way up and see what I get. Screen. Maybe just grab the inside metal. I don't think it's going to need much warmth at all, just enough to indicate that it's reflecting the warm wood, particularly where it's brightest. Definitely looks better. Let's see. Ranked. Yeah, it's getting there. Wonder if we should just leave it cranked like that for now. I think I need to go to metal worn though. Erase some of this. Got inside metal, select. To erase here. Dark spots. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will do my best. Thank you for your input. It's very helpful. Hmm. I don't know, chat. Might be time to take a little break from the shield. My brain a little chance to rest and recover. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna smush something into a shape. Probably make some sort of rock thing. Did I change the hotkeys for this? I must have done. Must have. I'm just gonna make a rock. That's all I'm gonna do. Just a basic old rock. Because why not? Right, now I'm going to use a paid plugin because I have it, and it's like if you ever had to buy just one plugin, this is the one I would recommend. It's made by the same person who makes ZBrush. ZBrush is Z-Remesher. Let's see. Actually try that again. Let's do this here. I want to see. Statistics aren't on. This here has 512 faces, which honestly isn't very bad at all. But I want nice even quads. The adaptive size down. And I want like 120. That's it. I don't want symmetry or anything like that, so I'm just gonna hit remesh it. Here's my new one. I'm gonna go here. Very, 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 very easy, very, very clean. Now what I'm gonna do is, in order to get the bottom flat, a couple things I could do. But I think the easiest one is just going to be to use a bisect tool here. Break through. Your inner. I don't want to fill. I'm going to go to edit mode. See through. I don't want to be on bisect. I want to select all of the faces that are on the bottom there. Excluding that one and that one. Get rid of these. Yes. Everything below that straight line I just made. Delete faces. Then I'm going to remesh this again using quad remesher. Give me nice, even stuff like that. This sharp though. Alright, let me save this. Save that out. Hi, could I please tell you what software you use for live streaming with your PNG avatar? Yes, I can. And hello, Paulus. So I use OBS to record my screen. And for the PNG avatar, I use a software called VideoTube Mini. I'll type it in chat. Which is free. So it's just OBS and VideoTube Mini, really. Alright, so maybe what I'll do then is I'll go here. Hey, no problem. I hope you're able to use it. It's a lot of fun. Let's maybe do this here. Head. Scooch this right up to the beginning. It's also not. Somehow it's not perfectly straight. That's very frustrating. It's fine. It doesn't actually matter. Switch to Ucupaint. Want an emission. Need to add simple UVs. We can look at my UVs. So adding simple UVs in Ucupaint just does Smart UV Project. That's all it does. These are actually rather nasty. This is a very simple shape, so I'll probably just here do this quickly. Path of least resistance here. What the heck? Oh, that's fine. Much better. Much, much, much better. So you basically exported your grease pencil to PNG images and imported it to VideoTube, correct? Yes, more or less. More or less. The thing is, there were some challenges with transparency, I think. I think there was some process in order to get it to be transparent. The PNG tuber, I can't remember exactly, but basically, yes, you can export your PNG image sequence out and then use that animation. So basically what VideoTube does is it just detects whether or not it's getting an audio signal from a microphone and then switches between your idle animation and a talking animation. And that's it. All it does. Very handy. Alright, I should pick a light direction. We want the light coming from maybe from there. Oh, should probably not name that light. That would be very confusing. There you go. Hey, happy to help. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play around with, for sure. Alright. Let's add a new layer to this. New image. Get 2K. I'm just gonna blast this with color so I can plan out what the heck I'm doing. Hide this. Delete that light, don't need it. Extra paint. Select this color. Lighter. Strength down. Size up. I actually want my fall off to be soft. This with light where I want it to. Be light. Practically none here. Don't really want it very strong at all. I'll blend this all together after. Right now I'm not terribly worried about the kind of blending and stuff. In fact, I'll just here. This is just me planning out the kind of big shapes, really. Got some cracks and stuff. Take this back to our normal fall off. These close together. Down some, a little bit. Planning where I'm going to have some cracks. Sketch it in. Can't see that seam from far away, but I can see it from up close. I don't love that. So just want to change the value real quick. I'm not worried about it being close to black right now, as I'm just sketching. I'm literally just planning out, trying to plan out what it's going to look like in a minute, like later down the road, so I'm not worried about it right now. Not gonna stress about it. Just trying to indicate where planes are. I actually hate that right here. Either. Another thing that would be good for me to do, this would be another time when it would be really good to look at reference, but just going to play. I'm not worried about it looking amazing right now. Over time. Ooh, probably gonna hop off in about 15 minutes. I'm good to go until then. I'm gonna kind of give it a little bit of AO at the bottom here. Let's split up that big top rock. What I'm gonna do here. Big, medium, small shapes. That's what I'm thinking. Big, medium, small, big, medium, small. Big, medium. Break up the other side in a minute. And it doesn't matter if I don't like what I draw here because I can always change it. Really a huge deal. Not the end of the world. You can really see that seam from far away. It's very interesting. All right. Which might fall off to soft-ish again. Just hit the parts that are getting some light. Maybe a bit strong, actually. Let's dial it back. And through here. Any planes that are facing this directly are going to get pretty bright, so. Get as much of here. Soften this together. just blur it out a little bit. Maybe I'll smudge it and smear it too. And I can go in after the kind of smear process is done. Refine those details, but for now, I just want light information. That's all I want. This is like, if you ever painted minis using a zenithal highlighting, same idea. That's pretty much what I'm doing. From above, slight angle, and I'm just putting in light information so that I can come in and paint it accurately later. I don't really care about the detail of these lines at all. Just trying to make it look like, you know, a piece of stone. That's all I want for right now. Clear out these seams. Is that enough for me to be able to tell what's going on? I think it is. Probably stand a little bit more, just a little bit more brightness. Some spots. Really show where the light is coming from. Looking at it from the correct direction, so. So you just go through here and choose which faces are looking directly at the light source. Looks very, very, very soft for a rock. That's okay, because again, it's just planning where stuff's going to go. It looks a mess right now, but that's okay. I'm gonna dig in here a little bit. Smear that out. I hate that you can see the seam. You can just barely see it across here. I don't think you'd see it once it's actually baked and stuff, but could be wrong. This is the light direction here, ish, more or less. Okay. I'm gonna catch some light here. Maybe a bit more. Smooth out those edges. Let's see. A couple more minutes. I'm just going to darken up these lines. I'm going to create a new image. Fingers don't want to work. Here we go. Looks like a nose. It does look like a nose. Looks like several noses, actually. It's true. Gonna draw. Up here. I'll start making decisions about where stuff needs to go. Too many nose hole. I guess it's not a human nose then. Alien nose, maybe. So many nose hole. I'm just about to hop off. I'm just doing kind of a little bit of shape refining here. Let's see. Here. You do a little more darkness here. A little bit of reflection from the ground there. Okie dokie. Well, I think 3 hours is plenty for today, chat. Thank you, everybody who came to hang out and who helped me with the painting of the shield. I think next Monday, when I stream next, we'll bounce back and forth between the shield and this rock thing. I'm gonna do a little bit of study on the kind of stylization of rock in the meantime, and then we can do our best to stylize it up. I'd like to thank everybody again for coming by. I'll see you next on Monday at 10 a.m. Alright. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.